difficult that many people drop out. And I almost think that Amazon rejects people randomly, kind of to weed out the weak, because they constantly are just randomly canceling accounts or freezing accounts of people. If you learn about this, it's just the most difficult process. People tap out. People If you are tapping out when things get hard, you are missing out on the biggest strategic advantage there is. In KindEdge.com, I am publishing small bite-sized worksheets and tasks that help you get your big dreams in motion to unlock the alternate ending to your life. And one of the important life hacks that is part of this process is that you never tap out, because the minute something gets really hard and difficult, that is the minute you are exposing where the process is so hard that if you take one step further, you will knock out 99% of the competition, and you will begin experiencing, learning, and doing something that few other people know about or have an expertise in or have accomplished. So the minute something gets hard and it's overcomplicated and difficult, and you feel like you want to tap out, that is literally the minute that you are unlocking the most important pieces of the process. The most important pieces are not when you sign up for the degree program that you want to do, the new career. The most important pieces are not when you start a vlog. The most important pieces are not when you sign up for some software. The most important pieces are when it becomes messy and difficult and overcomplicated, and you're being pulled in different directions, and you have to sit down and figure out how A wants this but B wants this. To say, you know, you're trying to get a consulting client, but then your employees want this, and something is warring and difficult, and it seems like it would never work out. That is the moment you are figuring something out nobody else has figured out, and that few other people will drive through. So if you imagine you're driving forward on some big goal, and you have, let's just imagine, invisible competitors next to you that you can't see, but you're running down a path and you have invisible competitors jogging next to you. It is the moment where you want to tap out that everybody else will tap out. And you will suddenly see that there are not many people getting as far as you are or having expertise, where you say, it's weird that I know the inner workings of that process or that system or that network or that business industry. And it's because I've worked through all these convoluted, difficult pieces to get my business going, or to get the clients to work with me, or to start the charity, or to get the bank to give me permission for a certain endeavor. It is that moment where you want to give up and you say, I don't know why I started this. This is just so crazy. They're asking me to do these 12 different things. Nobody else is going to have the kahunas to go the next step. But if you do it, you unlock a slightly smoother path where you become an expert, you become savvy, you become knowledgeable, you gain the wisdom of how to re-choose those types of decisions in the future. You gain an advantage and you smooth out the path. Every time you learn those things, you have more intuition feeding those types of decisions in the future. So don't tap out, don't give up, eat it up, enjoy the difficulty, because you've got to imagine those other invisible runners next to you that will tap out. When you feel that frustration, they will tap out. And I'll give you an example. A fellow that lives near me has a coffee liqueur that he used to just make for friends and family. And it became so popular that he decided to make a business to sell this coffee liqueur. Well, if you follow the alcohol industry, there's a huge proliferation of new brands. So every celebrity has either a tequila brand or a wine. So just if you're famous, you've got one of those two. And there's there's just all of these things are proliferating. And then in order to be able to sell, it's hard to get into the big stores. It's hard to get into the little stores. There's these partnerships, there's these deals. There's so many rules and it's so hard to get in. It's a network that's hard to get into. And so this man is pursuing this goal and he's right at that point of all that difficulty, but he sees the value in it and he's pursuing it, and I wish him the best. Um, he sees the value in, well, I'm just going to keep doing all the things that they require. I mean, this is not kind of dreamy, but if you think of an Amazon seller, the small mom and pop sellers who sell on Amazon, Amazon does this. Amazon makes their Amazon seller program so difficult that many people drop out. And I almost think that Amazon rejects people randomly, kind of to weed out the weak, because they constantly are just randomly canceling accounts or freezing accounts of people. If you learn about this, it's just the most difficult process. People tap out. People tap out. But if you've got something good to sell, that is a very powerful network within which to do it. And there's a million of difficult rules and requirements as far as the way that things are posted, the way that they do their SEO, they change the way that keywords are handled, and so on and so forth. Um, but the ones who persevere are going to get the volume sales and they're going to get connections to buyers globally that they seek. And so if somebody taps out, they're just not going to have that opportunity for growth and learning. I have learned things about companies like Amazon, and I can list about at least five companies where I have learned things, uh, Google included, Amazon included, where the support folks couldn't answer a question, and I poked around and did some things and figured some things out, and I can call them. I call them back, and I'm like, you know why that happens now. Like, you've probably gotten thousands of phone calls about that issue. You know why it happens. They don't. I do. So I'm able to solve that problem. So just right in line with that, I think when I have to go in and again, like there was something happening with Google Ads, and none of their support people knew that Google Ads was changing their video advertisement, uh, I'll say platform. It's a type of campaign, and Google was changing it. But because I read and research, uh, this all their support people were just espousing the default answers. And I said, no, you're not watching your own business. Like, they're not doing those types of campaign for videos anymore. So I was right ahead, right in line. And so and it's just easier for me. I'm a little bit more nimble in everything that I do. The more that I touch the messy stuff, the more that I deal with problems, and I just don't tap out. Now, it doesn't mean I lock into difficult things. And by the way, I'm in the car. I think I told you I'm driving to Florida State because my son, there was a shooting at my son's school, university. But in the car, if I put the phone up on the console, it gets too hot and overheats. But then down here, it gets fogged up because of the air that's keeping it cool. So I'm sorry for that. This is like a spooky movie. So yeah, no, I don't lock into something difficult. If there's somebody that's like a bad boyfriend, I'm not going to do business with a bad boyfriend or with an organization that just makes things difficult. But if there's something that I want and I can hurdle the challenges and then smooth out a system for working with those challenges, I'm the winner because I can see other people tap out. So I wish you the best. I want you to unlock the alternate ending to your life. Please join me on kindedge.com/subscribe, which is where you can sign up to follow my blog. And just follow me on YouTube at KindEdge, KindEdge. And I should probably do a video on why I call it KindEdge. I'll probably do that next. So I wish you the best. I wish you action and energy to unlock the alternate ending to your life, whatever your dream is. Peace.